Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on the first day of a brand new week, and you know what that means? It is time to wrap up this last week, which we did make to Master 7, which is hopefully going to make for a good sleep research today. But we've got some things to clear out before we get to that. We're going to pick up our 600 sleep points, the 500 bonus from the good sleep day, which puts us at 5,409. Almost back to where we were before we spent a whole bunch of sleep points that ended up not doing us a whole lot of good. So, lesson learned, I suppose. But we also got to risk it for the biscuit. And our daily lottery gives us an ingredient ticket small. We have been stocking up quite a bit of those lately, which is good because we had plenty of ingredients come in this past week. So no worries there. Hopefully that means that we are set for whatever recipes we get this week. Hopefully. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report, session 212. We have 9 hours and 14 minutes of sleep, that gives us 11% dozing, 51% snoozing, and 38% slumbering. So probably a snoozing. Yep, which is not great. But we do get the drowsy power bonus from the last day of the good sleep day event, 1.5. So hopefully we can still break that 60 million. That would be nice. Especially hitting Master 7. Well over 60 million, 70, 80 million. Okay. 80.7 million. Very nice. 2 3-star sleep styles. A good range of a bunch of different stuff. Very, very good. It does give us plenty of chances for some interesting rare spawns, like 2 new sleep styles. We got a top belly Mr. Mime and another new Clefable down there too. Not Clefable, Clefairy. Only 5 of them were old sleep styles. Okay, so we got a Diglett, a Growlithe, Eevee, Jigglypuff, 2 Jigglypuffs. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up this new Mr. Mime, the Atop Belly. Probably shouldn't be the last one. I think we still need the 3-star, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, we still need the 3-star. It was quite a healthy amount of dream shards for that one, though. We've got the metronome sleep. Okay. Clefairy out here just casting random abilities while sleeping. Still need the 4-star for that one. And then we've got one more. No, it's not you. Diglett shaking its head no at me. Look somewhere else, buddy. Oh! Oh! All right. Well, okay then. 3-star Pikachu sleep. That was unexpected. Hey, at least we got something rare this week. So there's a 3-star Pikachu sleep, and there are a bunch of Ditto sleep styles that we have still yet to find. But that's good. We still need a lot of sleep styles to get to this next goal, so maybe that Ditto will help us out in the long run. Somebody be hungry. Ooh, I was hoping it was going to be the Ditto. Kind of want the Ditto. I don't know why. It's not as great as we once thought it was, in my opinion. But apparently I fed one a biscuit at some point. Yeah, honestly, out of everything here, let's see. I did go through and re-rate all of my Pokemon yesterday, and our Growlithe is still 99% even after all the changes, so we definitely do not need another Growlithe. Jigglypuff, we have a solid candidate. We have 2 solid candidates, actually. Eevee, we still need more. We have a really good Mr. Mime. We, of course, could use a better Ditto, but that's almost certainly not happening today. And we've got a pretty good Clefairy. I don't know why I said it so weird. Candidate. So I really think I think we're just going to go for the Eevee. Hey, there we go. It's even better. I think we're just going to go for the Eevee, and then just like last time, we're going to feed the Ditto one biscuit and see if we can get a critical hit and just call it a day. Nope. No critical hit. Call it a day. Go home happy with our Eevee, and hopefully it turns out to be better than what some of these others have turned out to be. Also, I am not hearing any game sound, but hopefully it's just me. Let's of course send out the Ditto candy. Let's show off that cute little sleep style. Why not? 3,931 research XP. That is enough to put us at rank 49. Very, very close to rank 50. Just barely put us into rank 49, and we did pick up another 7,908 dream shards. Let's go ahead and check out this Eevee. And let's see. Level 12 in Naive. So we've got Milk, Double Cocoa, with Energy Recovery bonus, Ingredient Finder M, Ingredient Finder S, doubling up on that. Skill Trigger M, this is actually looking pretty decent. And Skill Level Up S, this is not bad. Ooh, unfortunately, Naive is not great. Main skill chance down is pretty rough for an Eevee. Yeah. And the calculator doesn't go to level 75 where the skill trigger kicks in, but even at that point, I think it would only bring it up to like 40, maybe 50, best case scenario. So unfortunately, this just is not good. If we go to ingredient strength, might be better. Yeah, but sadly that nature just kind of ruins all the good sub skills we had. These are all very good. Even energy recovery bonus is very good for, let's see, is that the whole team? Yeah, making sure the whole team gets full energy after a sleep session. So this would have been a good Pokemon to have, but that nature just unfortunately ruins it. So that's another one this week, straight to the professor. Slowly leveling up that friendship level with Eevee. But nothing we can do about it now. Well, let's go ahead and switch back over and we will wrap up this week. Let's grab our last mission, cook 17 times for 1,120 dream shards. Did not go to bed on time as many times as we were supposed to. Just barely missed it by a couple minutes one day, and that's all it takes. So no free diamonds for that. Let's go ahead and move on and choose our next research site after we get through this weekly summary. We now have 40% area bonus at Cyan Beach. And I was thinking last night about where I wanted to go, and I think I've got an idea. But first, weekly summary for week 31. We made it to Master 7 with a grand total of 538,140 final strength, which is less than last week, but last week we had the 1.5 times cooking bonus. So 265,501 of that was from berries and 272,639 from cooking, which was also down from last week, but that makes sense. Overall sleep grade of an A. Ooh, what happened this week? Handy Candy times 4 is still pretty good. Couple of days I went to sleep late. I don't even remember why. Wasn't even that good of a reason to go to sleep late then, I guess. But, all right. Let's go ahead and move on. So, I thought about where I wanted to go for this week. I'm kind of tired of Cyan Beach and hunting for the pincer that is just never showing up. We're having really bad luck these last 3 weeks. Lapis was very tough when we were there for 2 weeks. Snowdrop probably would be a lot easier now. I feel like we've got Taup Hollow pretty well in the bag in terms of getting to a pretty decent rank to get some good stuff to show up. But honestly, this week, I just kind of want to take it easy. We're just going to have a chill week where we go to Green Grass We take it easy. We just see what we can find since it does have the most potential spawns. We're not hunting for anything in particular while we're here. We're just going to relax, take a chill week, and see what we find with a 50% island bonus at Greengrass and a lot of different spawns. Plus, this way we don't even know what we're going to get because the berries will be random, and our cooking, desserts and drinks, that's not bad, will also be random. So we've got Oran berries, so it looks like Blastoise is a good fit for the team. Bringing in Oran berries and milk and cocoa, very good for desserts. And then we've got, what are those called? I forget what the middle one's called. And then we've got the Persim berries for a normal type. Ooh. So maybe this might be a good time to work on leveling up one of our, or not leveling up, well, leveling up and getting some sleep time in with one of our EVs, because we do have a couple that need some sleep time put into them. And then I'm gonna have to figure out what that other berry is. I don't think I've used that one yet. And I am drawing a big old blank on what that one is. But for last night, we got 200 XP. Normally we don't see that screen except for on Mondays, and 10 free honey, because we did go to bed last night on time. All right, well, first things first, let's go ahead and collect from everybody that's here before we swap them out. We might, yeah, we're definitely going to hit our ingredient cap again. Let me collect from Beware. I want to make sure we get all that corn. You're not going to have much. We do have desserts. We have plenty of apples, so I can collect from Raichu here in a minute. We have plenty of that, so we'll just take whatever it'll let me take, and we'll get cooking. And let's see what we can do this week. At least for now. Lovely Kiss Smoothie is not a bad call. Flower Gift Macarons on Sunday would be very nice if we could do that. The problem again is the eggs, which is also the problem with the Fruity Flan. Is there something else we can do besides those two that would be good for Sunday? The tea time corn scones would be interesting if we could stock up enough of those. But that's apple, ginger, corn, and milk. We haven't made them yet, though. But I'm thinking we take this time to work on the Lovely Kiss Smoothie again. Maybe. Or maybe we go with Narrowlee's tea. I mean, Narrowlee's tea does end up outperforming Lovely Kiss Smoothie just a little bit, but it might be worth it. The only problem is we don't have... No, I think we go with the Lovely Kiss Smoothie again, because Blastoise will bring in plenty. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for. We can have Blastoise and Raichu on the team. We'll throw Venusaur on the team as well to make sure we have plenty of honey. I think we'll be all right doing that. And then we'll need to just try to find a way to get, you know what? We have enough corn. We don't have enough ginger. I was going to say we have enough corn. We could make those tea time corn scones and just get the free diamonds, but we don't have enough. Let's go ahead and throw in all these tomatoes, and we'll make the Lovely Kiss Smoothie for breakfast. And then we can build our team around that, which should be pretty straightforward. 13,852 strength from the Lovely Kiss Smoothie. All right. And that should put us at hopefully basic 4. Hopefully. It's been so long since I've been at Greengrass, I don't actually know where that's going to put us. Basic 5. Okay. Even better. Even better. Or not. I could have sworn the thing said basic 5. Huh. Okay, well, it was basic 4, which is what I said. So either way, I'm good with that. And let's see. Ooh, we do have some new news. A couple of new news. First things first, let's go with the quick and easy one. We'll chill out. The general maintenance, these are usually pretty quick. Maintenance period February 28th at 7 p.m. until February 28th at 11:30 p.m. So typical maintenance time. I forget what day that is. I think that's this Wednesday. I believe today is the 26th. So the addition of a new product, the trial bundle, interesting, okay. And then the addition of a subscription on the stats page, viewable from the edit team screen to display, oh, not subscription, subsection, to display the effects of helper Pokemon sub skills. I was very confused on why we were talking about Pokemon sub skills under a subscription, but that makes sense because I can't read even with these, you know, go me. This makes it possible to view each team member's helping frequency with the effects of helping bonus applied. Very good that we can just see that up front. That's going to be really good. That may actually help with the Raynon calculator, getting a more accurate reading on Pokemon that have helping bonus. So that's pretty good. When a player uses a helper whistle, the effects will be calculated based on the frequency listed under helping stats. We knew this was coming. They mentioned this a couple weeks ago, I believe. Applies the effects of the subskill helping bonus when a helper whistle is used. Note the effects of event bonuses or items such as a good camp ticket are not applied when a helper whistle is used. Good to know. And then the addition of a new parameter to search Pokemon by subskills, that's very good too. As well as the addition of a new relaxing sound game sync. Okay, that's interesting. Curious what that's going to sound like. Probably won't use it like I don't use any of the others because they're all kind of... Sleep tracking. Changes to the end sleep session button so a session stops with a slide rather than a tap. Makes it more difficult to end a sleep session by accidentally tapping the button. That's good. I've never done that myself, but I have seen plenty of reports of people accidentally ending their sleep just by trying to check their phone or something and they push the button. That's good. Can't complain about that. Oh, just in time. Research rank. Helper Pokemon max levels. Oh, max levels and other limits unlocked. Okay. So we will be able to get to research rank 55. Pokemon levels max out at 55. That kind of sucks. I would like to at least get to 60. I mean, 55 doesn't really get us much. It doesn't really get us anything that we can unlock. So 60 would have been nice, but hey, it's progress. We're getting there slowly but surely. And then max levels of certain main skills can go to 7. Charge strength at S, charge strength M, ooh, and Dream Shard Magnet. Other main skills max levels are scheduled to be gradually unlocked in later updates. That does kind of suck. I was hoping that it would be Ingredient Magnet. Since I accidentally used that main skill on Blastoise, that would have been great to be able to get it to level 7. But I don't think that'll matter till level 75 anyway, so... I was excited, and then the more I thought it through, the less exciting it got. But it is still exciting nonetheless in general. Recipe levels can now go to 50. Well, not now, but after maintenance, we'll be able to go to 55. And the max expanded capacity of the bag's item pocket is going from 600 to 700. So, a lot of limits being relaxed a little bit. And then other details added to the explanatory text for certain items, such as the helper whistle and the good camp ticket, as well as other small bug fixes. Fantastic. Good stuff. And then the incredible deal, trial bundle. Let's see what this is about. A trial bundle filled with items and diamonds will be available beginning February 28th at 11 p.m. Unlike the usual bundles that are exchanged for diamonds, the trial bundle can be purchased directly with money, and it's a great bargain. I don't know that I trust Select Button to tell me what a great bargain is with the way they've been pricing their previous bundles. $50 for like 12 Great Balls or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but it sounds about accurate. We recommend it for researchers who'd like to try out a good camp ticket or those who want to work harder on their sleep research. Okay, well, all I see is diamonds, a good camp ticket, and a Pokebiscuit, so I don't know. I don't know if this is actually going to be worth anything. Let's see. So it's only available from February 28th until July 7th at 11:59 p.m. Price varies depending on your currency and region, so please check your device's shop. 150 diamonds, and then a bonus 350. It's not a bonus, you're still paying for the diamonds. And then you get 10 biscuits and 1 good camp ticket. So that's not a lot. This has got to be less than $5. But just on first glance, this has got to be less than $5. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth it. And yeah, we'll see whenever they finally drop it on Wednesday and we can check the price. But just based off what I'm reading, if it's any more than $5, it's not worth it. And really, this should be probably like $3. This is not a great deal. 500 diamonds, while it will take you a while to get them, it's not that extremely valuable anymore since most people have been using their diamonds to expand their ingredients pockets. So they are useful, but not nearly as much as they once were. And there is only one available per user. So that's cool, I guess. So one, I guess it's like the starter bundle from Pokemon Go. So you can only buy it once. And then it just tells you what a good camp ticket is for, allows you to rent a good camp set, which is useful for raising Snorlax. So interesting, but I'm very cautious about it. Very weary. Well, let's go ahead and check these community reports. We have 45, very good, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that doubled up. Almost a cool, what would that be? Almost a cool 33%, so probably right about 30%. With 1 level up, there we go. There's 1, 2 level ups for a level 5, 3 level ups. There we go. So we get a link cable, 2 ingredient ticket smalls, and 2 handy candy smalls. Very useful. Probably, possibly going to be very useful today, this week. Okay, so now that that is all out of the way, now it says we're basic 5 again. So are we basic 4 or are we basic 5? Let's see. It looks like we are currently basic 5. 23,000 needed to get to Great 1. What is Master? 187,000? We won't be Master today. That would be nice, but highly unlikely. Let's go ahead and grab all of these because we are going to start changing our team. For the most part. Some of these will stay. What berry was that? The blue berry. Oh, that's the one berry we don't have access to yet. I think that's the steel berry. Cool. All right. So that's easy enough. And now that we are changing our team, let's go check out Auto Team Maker. We'll set Greengrass Isle with Oran, Bellu, and Persim berries. Where are they? There they are. And we have desserts. We don't want to make the craft soda pop. You know, maybe we do explosion popcorn. Maybe we check that out. That could be pretty interesting. Blastoise might give us enough milk. Well, no, if we're going to be working on an evolution, we'll definitely have enough milk. I want to, but that's actually not going to work for us. Because if we're going to have Blastoise, Raichu on the team, and then if we do Venusaur for the honey. Ooh, yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. You know what? Let's just see. Let's see what we can do with explosion popcorn. See how this is going to work out. Let's put 4 Pokemon on the team because we do want to have Eevee on there. And let's focus on, well, let's just do strength and we'll see what happens. The first team that can make explosion, but none of the team can make explosion popcorn. Okay, that's not good. We do have desserts selected. That is very, very not good. But why are you not even trying to put Krogunk and all that on? Oh, because it's only worried about strength. Okay, so let's go to meal coverage. And we can't make popcorn. Interesting. Popcorn takes 15 popcorn each. You know, I said we're going to take it easy this week. Let's just take it easy and do Lovely Kiss smoothies. We know we can make that happen. This says we can't make it happen, but we can. We know we can. We've done it before. We'll do it again. I don't trust this auto team maker for this week. I think something's up. So I'm just going to make my own team. Let's go ahead and clear everybody out. Let's expand all. And let's pull from our box. Shiny Blastoise. He's going to be number 1 on the team. And then we want Raichu up front. So that's going to be... Where did it go? There it is. And we want... Let's see. We need one of our Eevees. Question is, which one? Like I said, I went through yesterday and redid all of them. This is the new Eevee we got, so we don't want that one on the team. I think I'm going to do the only one that I really have a solid plan for, which is the Sylveon. And this is where I need y'all's help. I have these 3 Eevees, the Berry 78%, Ingredient 99%, and Skills 88%. That is what they were best rated through the calculator, and I'm not really sure what the best evolution options for them are. So, if you have any ideas, let me know. But we're also going to go through them a little bit later and show off their sub skills. For now, we're just picking this one because it's the one we do have a solid plan for. And then we need probably Venusaur on the team for the honey, even though we're going to get plenty of tomatoes for that as well. I did not mean to put you there. I meant to grab that Eevee. Where are you, Eevee? Sylveon, 94. Although now I'm curious if I even want that Venusaur on the team. Let me see something. Do we have an ingredient specialist that brings in honey? That also has Snorlax's favorite berry. Ha! 88%. That's not bad. But it is supposed to be a berry specialist, but it was so much better as an ingredient gatherer and also doesn't bring in honey until level 30. So yeah, that's not going to work. So it looks like Venusaur is our only choice. And now the question is, what else do? We have apples, we have cocoa, we have milk, we have honey. What else do we bring in for this week? We could potentially put Celio on the team for the sleep XP bonus, just to help grind out some levels this week. Maybe that would bring in some oil, and maybe we could make some explosion popcorn every now and then. Or we could put Beware back on the team. Or we just put in one of the favorite berry gatherers. Could put the other Blastoise on the team if we wanted. Or we work on this Slowpoke, because he's going to be a really good Slowking one day. Maybe we do that. Maybe. I don't know. It's actually an interesting question. What do I do with this last slot? I mean, I do want to get to a high rating this week, but I'm not really super concerned with absolutely maximizing our rating this week with Snorlax. So maybe this is the time to work on some other stuff. But ultimately, I don't know that a Slowking is super helpful. That's actually a tough call. Let me save this team real fast. Let's go back to our recipes and look at desserts. Yeah, corn would be good. Maybe we do work on Beware. Or we work on our Larvitar finally. Because this is going to be an interesting week. Or better option, we put Delibird on the team so that by the time Sunday rolls around, we have plenty of eggs. Delibird will not bring in the berries we want, but it will give us not the Rost berries. Come on. Hamtree berries. And let's see, we put Delibird on the team. We let that one do its magic, and hopefully we have plenty of eggs by the end of the week. This does have a pretty decent ingredient spread, eggs and apples. Actually, if we level this one up to level 30, which we definitely won't have the candies for, we'd be swimming in eggs and apples. So yeah, let's throw Delibird on the team for now. We may swap him out later, but for now, I think we've got a pretty solid team to where we're good. I mean, Delibird's actually very good for Jigglypuff's Fruity Flan. Will be even better at level 60. So yeah, I think this is a good place. I think we're good here. Let's check this Eevee. Ready to evolve to Glaceon. Interesting. You just need an Ice Stone? I thought you needed to sleep. Oh no, you do just need an Ice Stone. Or whatever the item's going to be. But anyway, this is what we want. So we need 150 hours of sleep logged. So we're going to leave that there. Energy recovery bonus is on. I think we're going to bump up that helping speed. So we may try to get this to level 25 just to be ready for Sylveon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Oh, nope. Still need 6. So, I mean, it still leaves us with plenty of candies, and we're definitely going to have plenty for the other Eevee by the time we actually get them ready to go. And that gets our mission complete, so that's a job well done. Level 25, skill unlocked, helping speed M, dropped the helping speed, or the frequency by 10 minutes, which is very, very good. By the time you add the multiplier for 100% energy, that's actually about 22 minutes that the frequency dropped by in practicality. So, in a very good place. Not worried about rushing to level 30 because we don't really need a lot of extra cocoa. Blastoise brings in plenty. But yeah, we're in a good spot. And I think this is going to be our team for the week. So let's go back. We'll plug in our Delibird. Where are you at, buddy? There you are. And we'll save this. And let's see, that predicts us to be only Master 5. Kind of surprising, but I guess that's because we're not really running Berry Specialist this week. Excuse me. But we also need to update the Eevee. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So let's update this Eevee to level 25. And that should change things. Not enough to actually go up to Master 6, apparently. Yeah, only 7 ingredients, or 7 milk per day. That's kind of surprising with this Eevee. But I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a pretty good place. And this should be a solid team. Master 5 is probably not going to be where we actually end up. We're probably going to do a lot better than that just with cooking. So I think we'll be okay. But that's going to be the team. I changed the Cyan Beach team again. I'm getting really bad about not switching between my team sets. So let's see. Can we at least get to Great 1? Oh, it is lunchtime. Man, we've taken forever, apparently. Yep, just looked over. I've been recording for about 35 minutes. Didn't even realize it. All right. So let's go ahead and get the double cook for Monday. Little rare treat for everybody sticking around to the end. Oh, maybe not. This is not looking good. Yeah, no, actually, I'm gonna hold off. I'm not gonna do lunch just yet. It would be a waste to do lunch now. I will wait until we have the ingredients we need because we're gonna need some of that honey coming in. Yeah, so no lunch, but that is just about going to do it for today. I believe that was everything I wanted to cover. Nope, we still need some missions to collect. We are going to get our 15 free diamonds from that since we didn't get them from going to bed on time. And we definitely need to make sure we go to bed on time this week to get those 15 free diamonds. But with that said, that is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 2 here on Greengrass Isle for our chill week where we're just going to relax, take it easy. We're going to climb through the ranks, see what interesting rare spawns we can find. I suppose I kind of was a little incorrect when I said I didn't really have a goal this week. I do have a small goal, but I'm not like super trying to min-max for it. But my goal is to just kind of get as high as we can in the ranks and see what rare spawns we can find, because we do need some new sleep styles to get to the next, I forget what it's called, but whatever the rank is for the sleep style decks, I guess sleep style decks rank. We do need to get to that so we can increase our pot size again and also get those rewards that are going to be pretty sweet. And we're about 15, 18 sleep styles away from it. So that is kind of the goal here, is to just try to find whatever we can and see what pops up. But to ultimately just kind of take it easy and just enjoy a nice breezy week, as it were. But that said, we have a lot of news to talk about today, so make sure to stick around until the end. We're going to go through all of that once we finish our normal stuff. And first things first, we are going to start off with a recovery incense ×1 for going to bed on time. And we are also going to grab 12,885 sneaky snacking. As you can see, I did swap in our shiny Eradicate for the berry specialist. I did that right before I went to bed last night. My plan is to keep him on the team all day. We have plenty of milk and cocoa stocked up for recipes today, so I'm going to keep him on the team, and then right before I go to bed tonight, I'll swap Blastoise back in, let him rest up overnight, and then maybe just kind of alternate those every day just to kind of push a little further into the master ranks, just to kind of see how it goes. Again, chill week, testing stuff out just to see how things go, and if it doesn't work out, not that big a deal. But let's go ahead and move on and grab, oh well, ooh, I thought that pushed us into Ultra 1, but no, just barely didn't make it. So let's grab our sleep points. We are going to grab 100 sleep points, which puts us at 5,509. And then while we're here, we can grab our daily lottery, maybe, if the store will load. And hopefully we get something nice out of that. 100 diamonds would be nice. Ooh, 15 diamonds. I'll take that too. That's pretty good. They all add up. Especially since I just also yesterday bought another ingredient storage. So we're getting closer and closer to the maximum, which will be lifted tomorrow. And let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see what interesting things we find on our first Greengrass, non-event Greengrass sleep research in a while. 9 hours and 47 minutes. I was very tired. That is 13% dozing, 57% snoozing, and 30% slumbering, which is a snoozing type, which is fine. We do need some better Pokemon that come from the snoozing category, so that's perfectly fine with me. And let's see if we can at least get 7 spawns. Would be nice. Looks like only 6. 6.6 million, only 6 spawns. Which, who knows? They may be something good. Not really that big a deal. It's a lot better than 4, which is what we've had a few times. And already from the 2 that I can see, nothing that we really need to prioritize right now. All of them are old sleep styles. It looks like we've got a Slowpoke, 2 Jigglypuff, a Mareep. That is something we could use a better one. A Diglett and a Growlithe. Honestly, I think the Diglett might be the best choice, simply because we don't have the... I don't think we have the ingredient spread that we're looking for on a future Dugtrio. We have 2 Dugtrio that are very good for now, but maybe we need a better one for the long term. So we might try to take that one home. It's either that or the Mareep, because we have a Flaffy, but it's not great. But Mareep itself, the entire Mareep line isn't super great either. So I think we're just gonna give this bonus biscuit to the Diglett, see what happens. Critical capture, there we go, even better. So we are gonna take the Diglett back to camp, and we're just gonna wrap it up there. Pretty good for the first day. And let's go ahead. There I go again, starting the video on the wrong screen and didn't even realize it. Go me! All right, so let's send out, you know what? Let's send out some Diglett candy. I feel like that one doesn't get enough love. Try to help some people out. And we are going to pick up 336 research XP. Not a lot, but it is only Tuesday, and 550 dream shards. It's a level 11 and hasty. All right, where is Diglett? I am... why do I... There you are. Hasty is okay. It's not ideal. Ooh, that ingredient spread is not great. This is already looking like probably going to the professor because we are looking for a long-term Diglett, and that ingredient spread is not what we want. We really want to see double leaks, I think. Maybe. I don't know. This one's kind of tough. I think double leaks is probably best for this long-term. But either way, soybeans is definitely not what we want. Not even close. We do get ingredient finder S, helping speed S, both good. Dream shard bonus is all right. Never hurts to have extra dream shards. Inventory up S, also good. Skill trigger S, not so much. That's really the only one that's kind of a useless sub skill, but that is at level 100. So long ways from getting a useless capstone with the hasty. And then let's go ahead and check. Probably going to be pretty decent, but not as good as we would like. And again, even with that ingredient spread, don't think I would really use this unless it was like perfect and it would replace the other two that we already have. So unfortunately, this Diglett was up against some stiff competition and it came up lacking. So that is going to go straight to the professor. But that's all right. We're not worried about it. Again, just a chill week, just to see what we can find. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and relax for a little bit. We are going to grab another 156 sneaky snacking, which is enough to push us into Ultra 1 now. All right. And that gives us quite a bit more sleep styles to find. Hopefully some of them are new. And then let's see. Oh, all the news has been spoiled. We're going to talk about that later, because I actually have it pulled up so we can talk about it in a more interesting visual format. We are going to go ahead and grab this gift. This gift should be available for everyone, a free 1,000 diamonds and 10 Poke Biscuits. We will go over why that is a gift later, but I gladly appreciate the 1,000 biscuits. Highly recommend using those diamonds to increase your storage capacity. That, I think, would be the best use of the free diamonds. And we're going to get 41 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That doubled up. Very nice. Out of 40, that is well, a little over the 25% that we look for. Happy with that. All right. And now let's collect. We need to collect from Venusaur first, because that has actually been the one holding me back on ingredients. It has been very stingy with the honey. We also got an ingredient trigger, which is, or an ingredient magnet trigger. There we go. We're already capped out at 340. So, you know what? We just got 1,000 diamonds. Let me go ahead and follow my own advice. Let's go ahead. Got 1,420. Let's go ahead and expand that ingredient pocket. since it seems like we are more and more frequently running into a cap. Okay, so we should be able to hold 400 now. And come here, Evie. You've been triggering quite a lot. Not this time, though. I actually had 2 back-to-back triggers on Evie yesterday, and I bet that it did not collect that milk because it still says 340. Another ingredient magnet. This is why we need a expanded ingredient space. And then Eradicate, probably. Ooh, you did trigger, which is very good. 25 energy to start the day off. My man. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave you with the rest of those. I don't think we need a trigger for the rest of the day. We'll grab these extra ingredients that we didn't pick up. Oh, it did grab the milk. Interesting. And then we'll see. Okay, yeah, no trigger there. Didn't think there would be, but I couldn't remember if he had some available space before I went to bed last night or not. So always a good idea to check. And let's get this breakfast going. I would love to make the flour gift macarons, but unfortunately, whoop, that is not the button. Unfortunately, we don't have the pot space for it right now. And the same with the fruity flan. So best that we can do now is going to be, yeah, none of these. We don't want to level any of these up. None of these are going to be any good in the future, but let's see if we can make something new. We haven't done this in a while. So let's hit no recipe. We're on desserts and drinks. Let's let's plug in 4 mushrooms, 32 eggs, 37 potatoes. Take that out. Take that out. 50 apples, 2 herbs, 26 milk, no sausage, 21 honey. If we can make something besides the Lovely Kiss smoothie, we will, but we may just have to fall on the Lovely Kiss smoothie anyway. 70 cacao, thanks to that chocolate gift from Valentine's. Still haven't worked through all of it. Although we did have Blastoise on the team for a couple of weeks, so he was bringing in quite a lot. And 51 corn. Okay. So let's see. Let's take out things that we can't make. Go ahead and save. Is there anything that's new? No. Doesn't look like it. We don't have enough ginger for the tea time scones. We don't have the oil for the popcorn. But with 51 corn, we may need to swap out Toxicroak just for a day, just to make that a few times. Because I have heard through the comments that apparently Explosion Popcorn is very powerful. We can't. There was one other recipe I thought that was new we haven't made yet. But I guess not. I thought we had 3 that we hadn't made yet. Let me see. Oh no, there are only 2 we haven't made. Okay. So we can't make anything new, so we will just go ahead and fall back on the Lovely Kiss smoothie this time. We'll make that, and we will throw in all of these tomatoes because they are useless to us for this week. And then that'll do it. That should give us about 14. Ooh, an extra tasty. Never mind. Never mind. I was right. It was originally about 14,000, but it turned into 28,146, which is enough to put that Lovely Kiss smoothie at level 31. So let's save that there. And there we go. Let's see if we click on this and say, what do we have? 16 that went in there? Yeah. And then hit cook. Oh, it automatically levels it up for us. I did not mean to do that. No, wait, no, that's the cake. No, it doesn't level it up for us, but it does take the ingredients out of our... I learned something new. It takes the ingredients out of what we plugged in here. Good to know. See, you and I, we learn together. We learn at the same time. But let's go ahead and feed this to the crew. Raticate's going to get +0 energy, which is going to be sad. Everyone else is going to get +1. Big whoops. And that was enough to put us into, it looked like Ultra 4, maybe. Ultra 3? What did I see? Ultra 3. Oh, okay. I thought the bar went right up to the end, almost Ultra 4, but I guess not quite. All right, last things last, let's collect these missions and then we can get into the news, which I am very much looking forward to talking to because it is some very, very exciting stuff. You got a preview there when we saw it in game. I wasn't sure if it was going to be in game yet, so I went ahead and pulled it up separately. So first things first, I'm going to start with, to me, the least exciting and move on to the most exciting at the end. The Pokemon Day 2024 bundles have been announced. In commemoration of Pokemon Day 2024 bundles, small, medium, and large, will be available beginning February 27th, 2024 at 2200 hours. Which will be tonight. I'm assuming this is local time for everybody. So 10 p.m. your time, you will see these bundles pop up. We've prepared some bundles of items such as Pokebiscuits, Handy Candies S and M that can help you befriend and raise Pokemon. So starting off with Bundle Small, for 250 diamonds, we have 1 Great Biscuit, 2 Pokebiscuits, and 4 Handy Candy Smalls. You can buy up to 3 per user. Honestly, not the worst bundle they've had, to be honest with you. This is actually a pretty decent one comparatively. And for 250 diamonds, if you've already got all of your ingredient and inventory expansions done, this may not be the worst thing to buy. I probably won't do this one, but it's not the worst. I could see an argument for it. And then we move on to Bundle M, which is 1200 diamonds for 1800 Pokebiscuits, 3 Friend Incense, 10 Handy Candy Smalls, and 1 Dream Cluster M. At 1200 diamonds, it's a decent value if you're willing to spend the money for the diamonds, but personally, not a fan of this bundle. I mean, it kind of is the same story with most bundles in Pokemon Sleep. They are typically overvalued in terms of the diamonds. And you don't get too much for the amount of real money that you have to spend to get the diamonds. Like for example, let's go and check the diamond shop real fast. How much would it cost you to get 1200 diamonds? Yeah, 1200 diamonds would be $22 US. For $22, and I'm only getting 18 Pokebiscuits, 3 Friend Incense, and 10 Handy Candy S, and 1 Dream Cluster M, that's pretty bad. That's very, very bad in my opinion. That is a very steep cost. And even if you look at the 250 diamond bundle, that's $5 for what you get in the small bundle. To me, that's just not worth it at all. Especially, you know, the only way that's worth it is if you're using free diamonds to buy that bundle. Paid diamonds? No, I'm out. And then we come to the large bundle, 3000 diamonds. So we're looking at $48 at this point. And yeah, it's not really sounding too great. So for $48, $50, we'll just call it 50 to be even. You get 18 Great Biscuits, 1 main skill seed, which is nice, 2 Growth Incense, 2 Handy Candy M, and 5 Handy Candy Smalls with 1 Dream Cluster M. Honestly, for $50, there should be a couple of Handy Candy Large in there, not just M's and S's. That's pretty bad. And there should be more than 1 main skill seed. If you're going to drop $50 on a game, you should get a massive boost to your game, not, you know, 1 main skill seed and a couple of small and medium handy candies. These bundles are getting more and more outrageous. The fact that they are not dropping the price of these bundles or not giving us better items to make them worthwhile. Like, it's just, I would be mad at myself if I ever dropped $50 on this little bit of a buff to the game. That's not much at all. Like, $50 is almost the cost of a full price game that's not a mobile game. Like, come on, man. There's so much more value out of $50. They really need to step it up on these bundles. They have been probably the biggest disappointment and source of criticism for me about this game. But that's just my opinion. You may feel different about it, and hey, if that bundle's for you, have at it. But for me, that's how I feel about it. Let's go ahead and move on. This one we did already see and already collected, the Pokemon Day broadcast commemorative gift. I keep trying to scroll the phone, and that is not where we're at. To commemorate Pokemon Day, we are giving each player who logged on before April 30th, 2024, the following gifts. You can accept them by tapping the gift box icon in the upper right of the app menu. Note, if your gifts have not arrived, please restart the app, then check your gift box. The gift is 1,000 diamonds and 10 Pokebiscuits, which we already saw, and these diamonds can be used to get some useful items to help you enjoy your sleep research with Snorlax. Again, I'd recommend getting the inventory and ingredient pouch upgrades or the Pokemon box upgrades if you need those as well. I haven't run into the max on that yet, but I know there are plenty of other people who catch Pokemon a lot more frequently than I do, so maybe you've run into that. But the biggest news, and the one that kind of caught me by surprise, Raikou is coming to Pokemon Sleep. And the way they're doing it is very interesting. I have not read all of this. It was spoiled before I actually saw this on the method, but I haven't read in detail how it's going to work. But beginning at the end of March 2024, so we still got a little bit of time to wait before it happens, we will be holding an event, Raikou Research. You can exchange samples of Raikou mane, that you collect during the event for Raikou incense, which you can use to research Raikou's various sleep styles. Okay, so it's sounding like he's not just going to pop up randomly. Electric type helper Pokemon will be particularly effective during this event. Good to know, so all of our Raichus will be very good. So we recommend raising your electric type helper Pokemon to get ready. Maybe I should have caught that, Mareep. And then the helper type Pokemon that are in the game currently: Pikachu, Raichu, Jolteon, Pichu, Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. We're also preparing some functions and rewards that will allow Pokemon Sleep beginners to research Raikou's sleeping styles and befriend it. Okay. So even newer players should be able to catch this from what I'm reading. That honestly is not as much info as I thought we were going to get. Let's, out of curiosity, let's check the in-game news and see if we got more information. Because that seemed kind of short. No, that's it. More details and the event start date are coming in a later update. So this was just kind of a teaser preview, I guess. But big news nonetheless. We're going to get our first legendary, and it's going to be Raikou. Honestly, kind of surprised it was Raikou and not one of the birds, or one of the more recent legendaries, like Miraidon and Koraidon. I know we still haven't really got very far in Pokemon Sleep in terms of the generations that are available in the game, but kind of surprised it's not one of the later legendaries. Even what was it? There was the Zorua or Zarude, not Zorua, Zeraora. I always forget that one. It's so similar to Zorua. Zeraora. I'm sure I confused a bunch of people for a moment there. But yeah, kind of confused, or not confused, surprised we didn't get a newer one or an earlier legendary, but it is nice to see them change it up and not follow the same pattern that Pokemon games typically do, where we just get the first ones because they were first. So happy about it. I did see somewhere that Entei and Suicune would be next, but I don't know if that's official news. I don't see why they wouldn't be next. Probably going to follow a very similar pattern of research where we find parts of their mane or whatever item we find to get the incense, but it does give us an insight on how we will collect legendary Pokemon going forward. That said, now's the time. If you haven't got one currently or stocked up on a couple of them, you may want to go into the exchange and grab a Master Biscuit. And while we're here, okay, cool. I couldn't remember if I'd got my easy travel ticket this month. If you haven't got it, now's the time, because this month's almost over. Don't forget, you do get a cheap 100 sleep point easy travel ticket every month. So make sure to pick that up and have a stock of them, because you never know when you're going to want to use those. But the Master Biscuits are really what we're here for. Now's the time to stock up on them. We are going to be able to get one this month, and then also grab another one next month, so that we can, well, I can have 3, because I'm pretty sure I already have 3 Master Biscuits ready to go for whenever not Entei. That tells you what I'm looking forward to. Yes, 3 Master Biscuits for when Raikou does show up, because we have no idea how many little friendship points it's gonna take to bring a Raikou back to camp with us. But that said, that's the big news for today. All of this news taken directly from the Pokemon Sleep website, so we can trust it this time, hopefully. But that is what I have for today. Like I said, very exciting. Looking forward to the game evolving with the new features that are going to be added with the Raikou research. Very glad that they are still giving out free gifts that are actually pretty substantial. 1,000 diamonds is a very big gift. 10 Poke Biscuits for free is also a very nice touch. The bundles, do wish they would improve those, either bringing the cost down or putting better items in them. Again, that's my opinion on it. But that said, let me know your opinions on all of this news. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to Raikou? Or, do you wish it was a different legendary? And that's all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 3 here on Greengrass Isle for our chill week, where we're just taking it easy and seeing what comes along. And what happened to come along today was 20 diamonds to start off with. That's what we get for going to bed on time. And then we're also going to start off with 8,070 sneaky snacking. You can see that I did swap Blastoise back in on the team. I replaced Raticate with him, and then also we have a good amount of eggs right now, and I wanted to switch things up just a little bit just to make a new recipe. So we also have Toxicroak on the team, and you could probably guess why he's here. But let's go ahead and grab our 100 sleep points for the day. Puts us at 5,609. And while we're here, we will also grab our... Where is it at? Our daily lottery. Another 20 diamonds. Very nice. That is good. We spent a lot of diamonds yesterday, so good to get them back. And for those of you who are interested, the Pokemon Day 2024 bundles are now available if you are so inclined, just as a reminder. Also, as a reminder, maintenance is today, so make sure that you get your meals and or put your game to sleep. If you need to, well, no, you can put your game to sleep anytime, even while maintenance is going on. Make sure you get your meals in before maintenance starts if you normally go to sleep during the maintenance period, because it will lock you out from dinner if that is the case. So let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. I can already see another big shiny red exclamation mark on the main menu. Session 214. And that's going to be 9 hours and 12 minutes of sleep. Trying to wake up a little bit earlier just to make my day a little bit easier. We got 14% dozing, 47% snoozing, and 39% slumbering. That could be a snoozing sleep type, which I think would be more beneficial here, but we did get dozing. I feel like we have some pretty decent grass and water starters already, and the fire starters are where we're really lacking. So snoozing would be better, but I will take dozing because we do still need a better Chikorita. And with pretty much 16.7 million drowsy power, got 7 spawns on the board, not quite full yet. but very close. And let's see if we got, oop, missed the button. Let's see if we got anything new today. We do need some more sleep types to get that final goal. Doesn't look like too much. Nope, nothing new, but we did get a Houndour, Gulpin, Ivysaur, not Venusaur, Mankey, Haunter, Ghastly, and a Krogunk. So no new sleep styles. Maybe we'll at least get something hungry. That would be nice. Anybody? Ooh, Mankey's hungry. Haunter's hungry. Okay. Couple of interesting choices. We wouldn't be able to take the Haunter even if we gave it the biscuit. And ideally, we'd want to catch Ghastly anyway and not Haunter. The Mankey, though. Okay, well, you know what? I have a slight idea. So let's go ahead and give Ghastly the bonus biscuit because we'd rather catch him than the Haunter anyway. And while our Gengar is pretty good, we could use a better one with a better ingredient spread. So let's go ahead and give him the bonus biscuit. No luck on getting a big hit. And we have plenty of Poke Biscuits, so we can just give one to the Mankey. And that'll take the Mankey home. And then, you know, since we do have a few extra biscuits, let's go ahead and just see what happens with this Ghastly. Try to get that friendship level to 10 if we can. No big hit, unfortunately. So we are going to have to give it another biscuit. Luckily, it didn't get full. We've had some pretty bad luck with that the last few days. Game decided it almost wanted to crash, but picked itself up off the ground. All right, and I think we're going to stop there. There's not really too much. I mean, a better Houndour would also be good, but we've still got a long way to go, I think, before we really need one. So we'll wait on that for now. I don't want to spend too many biscuits today. Kind of want to save some to see what we find later on in the week. So that's going to be that. What candy do we send out? This is actually... I feel like people probably have plenty of Ghastly candy because of how useful Haunter is, or Gengar is. And maybe there's no electric types today, so maybe Mankey would be good just to help people a little more with Lapis. Especially the newer players. Try to help them have a good supply of Mankey candy for when they're ready to go to Lapis. We are going to get 655 Research XP and 1,533 Dream Shards. And now we can check on Mankey. Level 12 and Naive. I feel like Naive has popped up a lot lately. Let's see, we've got Sausage, Mushroom, Sausage, which the ingredient spread is not too concerning. Skill Trigger S is all right. Ingredient Finder M is terrible. Inventory Up S is also not super useful. And Skill Level Up S is not useful either. Helping Speed S, the only sub-skill we really want out of all 5 of these. So not super great. And then Naive is, yeah, not going to be good. So this is probably not going to be super fantastic. That is going to give us a PR of, come on, this is taking a while, 19. Only a 19 out of 100. That's pretty bad, which we kind of expected it to be. You know, with it being a berry specialist, you really want berry finding somewhere in there. But hey, it's more candy. So we will send that to the professor, take the extra candy, and we'll move on and check out Ghastly, level 10. Friendship, and it's level 13 in Hardy. Ooh, what is Hardy? I don't recall. It's not a good ingredient spread, though. We don't want oil at all. And let's see. We've got Research XP bonus, which is okay. Helping Speed S, Skill Trigger S, and Ingredient Finder M. They're not bad. Helping bonus as the capstone is not a bad capstone ability. party. Oh, it's neutral. That's why I couldn't remember what it did. Okay, so yeah, not very good. Slightly better than the first Gengar we had. I think that one was like 37 out of 100. This one's just slightly better at 42 out of 100, but not something that we really want to invest in. You can see that it does get better over time. This number does go up, so it's weird. It technically gets better in terms of, versus a completely neutral Ghastly, but overall in terms of what you want, it does get worse. This number also goes up. This number here on the right also goes up relative to what came before it. So it actually is worse. So yeah, not great. So yeah, another Pokemon straight to the professor. When is the last time we caught something that we actually kept? Was it the Stuffle back on Lapis? Was that really the last time we caught something that was actually worth keeping? Because that's the only one that I can remember off the top of my head that was actually worth keeping. I don't know. Let's go ahead and move on. We've got plenty of other stuff to do today. And first things first, let's go to the main menu. We have we have big new news. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that kind of big news right after the news we had yesterday with the Raikou research, but all right, let's jump into this. What do we got? It seems that Dedenne has been spotted on Greengrass Isle and near Lapis Lakeside. Very cool. Maybe this is thanks to the sleep research you've all been conducting. It may be possible to encounter it during sleep research soon. Also, Dedenne's main skill, that's a new main skill. Tasty Chance Small is a new main skill that makes your cooking more likely to come out extra tasty. We hope you're looking forward to this. That's going to be super helpful. If you get that may be like a staple on pretty much any team on any island. If that's a significant increase in tasty, that might be on everyone's team all the time. All right, let's see. Dedenne details appearing beginning March 11th at 3 p.m. So we do have some time before it shows up, which only gives us a couple of weeks to catch it before Raikou research starts. It appears at Greengrass and Lapis. They said that already. It will be under snoozing. Good for me, because I get snoozing quite often, it seems. Oh, they even gave us details on the new skill. So for Tasty Chance Small, cooking will be more likely to produce an extra tasty dish. The effects of Tasty Chance Small can stack up to a maximum of 70%. So it sounds like it stacks just like increased pot size, where you can trigger it multiple times in between cooking sessions. So that's pretty cool. 70% increase puts it at a total, well, it depends on if it's additive or multiplicative. Potentially puts it at a total of 80% chance to be extra tasty, which would be really bad if you have that 70% and then still don't get it. The effects of Tasty Chance Small will be reset when the user moves to a new site or when an extra tasty dish is made. Oh, so does that mean that if you don't get extra tasty, it just rolls over to the next one? So you don't even need to get the skill to trigger multiple times in one meal. It could potentially just roll over to the next one and just slowly build up a more likely chance of getting an extra tasty just by having the skill. Very interesting. The current likelihood of making an extra tasty dish will be displayed on the cooking screen. That's cool. Even without that main skill, that would be a nice thing to know, just to see it. And then we have an event coming up, Electric Type Week. Okay. The Electric Type Week event lasts from 4 a.m. on Monday, March 11th to 3:59 a.m. on Monday, March 18th in all areas. Every island. Good. To prepare for the Raikou research event, during which electric type Pokemon will be particularly helpful, we encourage you to befriend lots of electric type Pokemon. During this event, you'll be able to meet Pokemon of various sleep types, regardless of your own. Electric type Pokemon will be more likely to appear. So again, typical event balanced sleep types, same thing we always get. Also during this event only, you'll be able to use the mini candy boost function. Oh, wait. Mini candy boost. That's different, right? Which doubles the effect of Pokemon candies. It's a great opportunity to race I cannot speak today. It's a great opportunity to raise your electric type Pokemon. And during this week-long event, one of the Pokemon that visits during sleep research will for sure arrive hungry. Okay, so guaranteed hungry every day, it sounds like. Note this applies to only one sleep session per day, and this effect applies separately from the hungry effects of Friend Incense and the Good Camp Ticket. Example, if you use a Good Camp Ticket and a Friend Incense together during the event, at least 3 Pokemon will be hungry for sure. So that's good. Guaranteed hungry every day, stacks with the other stuff. That may actually be a really good time to use a Good Camp Ticket just to try to maximize your odds of getting something good. In addition, you can get great rewards like Dedenne Incense through limited time missions during the event. We hope you're looking forward to this. I am. Participating in the event is easy, blah, 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 blah. That's the same thing that we always see. Bonuses, just a quick recap. Don't see anything that isn't what we already discussed. Yep, nothing that we didn't already discuss. Pokemon that are easier to encounter during the event with a greater appearance rate of Pikachu, Raichu, Jolteon, Pichu, Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos, and Dedenne. So all of the electric types currently in the game and Dedenne will be on the greater appearance rate. So we'll see. The greater appearance rate for these Pokemon applies only to the separate areas where each Pokemon appears. Oh, okay, so we need to be picky about where we want to go depending on which Pokemon we want to find. But it does look like Green Grass, I think, has everyone. So Pikachu, Raichu, Jolteon, Pichu, Mareep, Flaffy, and Dedenne. So yeah, Green Grass has everybody but Ampharos, which it's better to catch a Mareep and evolve it to an Ampharos anyway. So it looks like Green Grass is going to be the way to go for this event. Yeah, because Lapis is only Pikachu, Pichu, and Dedenne. Most of us probably have a pretty good Pikachu by now. And even if you don't, it's probably still better to go to Green Grass just because all the other electrics spawn there. So it looks like we know where we're going that week. And then for the explanation of the mini candy boost, consumes fewer dream shards than the candy boost function that appeared before. Good, because that was kind of a ripoff. So it can be easily used even by researchers who are just beginning to play Pokemon Sleep. Using Mini Candy Boost lets your helper Pokemon get twice the usual amount of XP from candies in exchange for consuming 4 times the usual amount of Dream Shards per candy. It can be used with up to 50 candies per day. Oh, we're limited. Oh, okay. So they really think that 6 times Dream Shard cost was warranted. Huh, interesting. This function will be set to on by default, and you can freely toggle this function on or off by tapping the button in the upper right of the level up screen. Feel free to use Mini Candy Boost when you want to level up your helper Pokemon. So that is going to make it where we have to be choosy about who we use it on, since we can only do 50 candies per day with Mini Candy Boost. Notes about Electric Type Week. It looks like probably all the same stuff. Event bonuses. Yep, only apply to tracking during the event period. Yep, it looks like the standard event disclaimer stuff. Please note that none of the Pokemon with the greater appearance rate will appear in Taup Hollow. So that's just a friendly reminder that, hey, don't go to Taup Hollow that week. After the event ends, you won't be able to use Mini Candy Boost, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so all the typical event disclaimer stuff and notes. Cool. So we got a lot of big news in the last couple of days. Very nice. And Dedenne's new main skill, that's going to be super good. So definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a really fun week. Trying to get a good Dedenne that has high skill trigger. Yeah, that's going to be the way to go. We did get 43 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 that doubled up. Very nice. 16, that's approaching that halfway mark. So that's probably about 35, 40%. Very nice. And let's go ahead and jump back, collect our ingredients, and see if we can make this delicious schnackums with another 630 sneaky snacking. Speaking of schnackums, let's see if we can make this delicious snack from, where are you at? There you are. I need a lot. That is a lot. And we got a skill trigger. Put him on the team just before I went to sleep, so he had 100% energy. I was really hoping that would work in our favor to bring in a ton of oil, and it looks like it paid off. We've got 2 for 2 so far, with Evie getting a main skill trigger. What about 3 for 3? Oh, Evie, what are you doing? There's a couple of ingredients that didn't get picked up. 3 for 3, not bad. Let's see, what do we got? Looks like a bunch of honey, a little bit of corn, and some milk. Can we go 4 for 4? 4 for 4, not bad at all. And then let's see. We got quite a bit of tails out of that. That's very good to have. And then we need to check 5 for 5 because I did collect from Raichu before I went to bed last night. So we could potentially get 5 to 5. No, Raichu let us down. Did not get 5 for 5 on Raichu. Very unfortunate. We are getting very close to that 400 limit on our ingredient pouch again. So that's interesting. But now we can make the one thing, well, one of the 2 things that we don't have so far. Let me just pull up the recipe real fast because I don't remember it outside of like 2 ingredients. What's the other one? Oh, that's a weird one, but okay. So we're going to put, where's it at? 7 milk and 14 oil, which we just barely have enough. And 15 corn, which we definitely have enough. And let's see, preview, warm moo moo milk, 1 more corn, makes it a mystery recipe. Whatever could it be? We're gonna throw in all these extra tomatoes, soybeans, and we want to save the ginger. The herbs can go in. They're not gonna hurt. Well, one of them. I didn't realize we we only had 1 spot left. Cool. So there's gonna be some spicy popcorn coming out of this, and with any luck, an extra tasty. No extra tasty. Where's Dedenne when you need them? 11,472. I just realized the popcorn carton has electrode on it because it's explosion popcorn. That's funny. It's the little things like that that really make this game interesting. They got to keep you on your toes, you know? But we didn't quite get as much as we would from a Lovely Kiss smoothie. That is to be expected for our first cooking of it. But I think that does, what was that, level 6, I believe? To be honest, I kind of got distracted by the electrode. It's enough to push us to Master 1, wherever we're at. Master 1 on a Wednesday morning. Not bad at all. This has been a pretty fun, chill week. I haven't really been trying super hard, just been experimenting with different things and messing around. And, you know, while we're here, actually, one thing I want to check before I forget, because I will forget this if I don't do it now. Desserts and drinks. Where's the popcorn? Where you at? Where are you, popcorn? There you are. Oh, level 7. Okay, so putting that at level 7 actually puts it just behind. Let me just go ahead and show you real fast. So right here, we've got the explosion popcorn. It is actually right behind the sweet scent and chocolate cake in terms of what we can make. 7,384 versus 7,504. And there's a big difference. The sweet scent chocolate cake is level 43 and the popcorn's only level 7. And it's already caught up. Just for the hypothetical, let's say it's at level 33. Puts it well ahead of the Lovely Kiss smoothie. So we may change things up again, just to kind of see how it goes. Level up what looks like is going to be a very solid recipe moving forward. So we might do that. But the last thing I wanted to do, we started with them. We're going to end with them. And we are going to go and collect our 20 diamonds for making a brand new recipe. Only 1 dessert left, and it's a big one. So that's going to be kind of interesting. We may, if we switch to popcorn, actually switching to popcorn may mess us up in the long run for Sunday. We might be able to make it, but who knows? We'll have to see how it goes. For now, that is all I've got, and we are going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to let me know what you think about the new Dedenne, the new main skill, especially if you think that's going to be like pretty much just a staple on everyone's team, because that's kind of what I'm thinking. And make sure to hit the like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone and welcome back. We are on day 4 here on Greengrass Isle, and it is a good day for me. I am super excited. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is finally here. Had to get that out there because I am very excited about it. Y'all know how much of a Final Fantasy fan I am, but let's go ahead and move on to the Pokemon Sleep stuff. We are going to get 1 Dream Cluster Small for our last reward for going to bed on time. I tried something a little different. Usually I wait until that first screen pops up that gives the full breakdown. Well, not the full, but like the brief breakdown of your sleep. That shows the score you got, how much energy recovery you got, how much XP your Pokemon got. I usually wait till that pops up and then close the game, but this time I just closed it immediately. And now we didn't get that screen and we still have the darkened screen, so I'm not sure what's going on, but there's our sneaky snacking. 4,788 sneaky snacking. Raichu and Eevee putting in quite a bit of work. And we can grab our sleep points, all 100 of them. That puts us at 5,709. Very good. And then let's grab our daily lottery. Oh. Well. Wasn't expecting this pop up. This is new. So that's the $2.99 for the trial bundle. Not the worst deal at $3. I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting it to be based on leaks and what all you guys were saying in the comments the other day. So $3 for that bundle. I don't remember how many diamonds are in it. I think it's 500 diamonds if I recall correctly. We could probably just go ahead and check. Let me see. The Pokemon Day bundles are terrible. Let's grab our daily lottery on the way down to the trial bundle. A free biscuit. Very nice. Where is the trial bundle? There it is. Yeah, 500 diamonds. It says non-paid. You're paying for the diamonds. You're just getting a discounted rate. Don't let them lie to you like that. 10 biscuits and 1 good camp ticket. I mean, yeah, for $3, it's not bad. I don't know if I'll be doing it still. I'm kind of cheap like that. Plus, once I get pretty deep into a game as free to play, I like to stay free to play for as long as possible. This might be the one thing that tempts me out of it, because that is a pretty decent deal for only $3. I mean, really, it's $3. What are you really going to miss? The trick is to just not spend $3 here and $3 there and let it add up. But $3 one time, it's not that bad. But let's go ahead and jump into the normal thick of it and grab our sleep report, not our sleep points. Let's jump into our sleep report. All right. We did get to Master 2, couldn't quite make it to Master 3. I collected from everyone, and it just wasn't working out. But we do get a Master 2. 8 hours and 41 minutes. I felt like I slept longer than that because I felt pretty rested, but maybe I just slept really hard. No, 14% dozing, 52% snoozing, and 34% slumbering. I guess I did not sleep as hard as I thought. But that is a snoozing sleep type, which is good. We do need more Pokemon from the snoozing category than the other two. If we could at least break, like, 25 million, that'd be nice. Not quite. 24.2, almost 24.3 million. So not bad at all. We do finally have a full sleep spawn board. Come on, man. Get your words together. Let's go. All right. Well, so far, no new sleep styles. Let's see. Looks like 0 new sleep styles, but there is something we do need to catch. So we have a Wobbuffet, a Rattata, a Slowpoke, Charmander, Slowbro, Growlithe, Meowth, and Eevee. And the one thing that we really need to catch, I'm hoping, is going to be Hungry. Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's see. Moment of truth. Ooh, someone's hungry. Yeah, not the one we wanted. Also not the one we wanted. Yikes. Okay. Well, where are you, bud? There is the one that I really... Oh! Perfect. I had already put work into you before and your friendship level 10 already. Let's go. That's what we want. We need a better Charmander. The one that we have that's our best one is only like, what, 50 or 60%, I think? So decent, but not super great. I don't see, there were no electric types that spawned today. So I think we are just going to call it there and save our biscuits for electric week or beyond, because now we know we have quite a bit of exciting stuff coming up. So definitely trying to save up resources, not just kind of throw them out not casually, willy-nilly, as it were. And let's see, what candy do we send out? I'm thinking, I guess let's send out some Slowpoke candy. We could help some people get those Slowpoke tails unlocked. Probably a good idea. Let's see, we got 1,271 research XP and 2,077 dream shards. Slowly just stocking up those dream shards. Very, very nice. And now, if the game doesn't crash, which it might have, so it did crash. It did not save our progress, so we now have to go through and catch the Charmander again. Is he even in the same place? Nope, somewhere different this time. Where are you at, bud? Oh, no, okay, so it did keep that progress at least, so we can just finish up. Pick the Slowbro picture again. And hopefully it doesn't crash this time. Next. All right, we've already seen all that. Let's go ahead and move on. There we go. All right, now we can properly move on. Level 11 and gentle. Ooh, I don't recall what gentle is. Let's see. Did we get the right ingredient spread? We got a decent one. It's not bad. It might be good in the short term. I don't know if this is a good late game. I'll need to go back and double check what I was looking for on this one, but so far not bad. Sleep XP bonus, that's pretty good. That will help us get into the late game if this does turn out to be a good one. Ingredient Finder S, also good. Helping Speed S, good. Skill Trigger M, also good. Looking like a pretty decent Charmander. Inventory up S, yeah, all of these are good. Sleep XP bonus is the only one that's kind of questionable, but it all depends on the nature. Okay, so Gentle's not terrible. Not necessarily the most ideal for this Pokemon, but not a bad one by any means, since it does have Ingredient Magnet as its main skill. So if we do get that to proc more often, especially around level 75 with the Skill Trigger M, the only thing that would be nice is if we had skill level ups. But ultimately, not bad. And the Sleep XP bonus does apply to the entire team, so also very good. Kind of happy with this one. Let's see how it turns out in the ratings. It's giving it way worse of a rating. Only up to 56% at level 25. I wonder if it's because the nature isn't an ingredient finding nature. Maybe that's why. But personally, I don't agree with this necessarily, especially if we, let's take off ingredient finder. Let's say we use a skill or a seed to get ingredient finder M. We can see how much better that would be. Yeah, look, it shoots way up to 83% at level 25 or 83 PR, which keeps it significantly higher at 56 PR over the average or over the lifespan. So I mean, you can see this number is steadily going up. It does drop just slightly at level 60, but this number is not staying as high as we would like. So, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's better than what we have now, maybe it's not long-term investment material like I was saying, but in the short term, it does seem to be better than what we have now. And if we decide to keep it for the long term, it will output a decent amount of sausage, which is the main reason you have a Charmander or a Charizard around, is for the sausage. So I think we keep this one. We're definitely going to put that in the box. Like I said, it is technically better than... Ooh, whoa, before I save, let's make sure we put that ingredient finder back to ingredient finder S. Then we put it in the box. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It could be better. We'll still keep looking for another one, but ultimately, I'm happy with it. It's pretty good. Definitely could have been a lot worse. And I think the fact that the calculator doesn't go to level 75 and 100 for the other sub skills is really hurting this Charmander. I think it's way better once you get the inventory up and the helping speed or the skill trigger. I think it's a lot better. But let's go ahead and move on. 426 sneaky snacking again. I see another big red exclamation mark. I see more new news. More new news. Okay, it's just the maintenance was complete. Cool, maintenance is done, as we all know, because we are playing the game now. And this is just running through the maintenance. So we'll just skim over this real quick. Added the new product trial bundle. We've already seen that. Addition of the new main skill, Tasty Chance Small, which is coming with Dedenne on March 11th. Addition of a subsection on the stats page, viewable from the edit team screen. We'll check that out here in a minute. To display the effects of a helper Pokemon subskills. And then when a player uses a helper whistle, the effects will be calculated based on the frequency listed under helping stats on the stats page. Again, we're going to check that out just so we can see what we're looking at. This applies the effects of the subskill helping bonus when a helper whistle is used, which is good. And then the addition of a new parameter to search Pokemon by subskills. Very nice. Good change, because sometimes you just want to look for that sleep XP bonus Pokemon to help when Good Sleep Day rolls around, and you don't want to try to remember who it is. So very nice. And then the addition of a new relaxing sound, Game Sync. You'll have to check that one out on your own. Can't do that here, but I will also check that one out later tonight, if I remember. And then sleep tracking changes to the end sleep session button, so it's a slider. Also experienced that this morning. Kind of nice. Game contents. Oh, that's right. I forgot. How could I forget? This is the most important stuff. Research rank, helper Pokemon max levels, and other limits unlocked. So again, to recap, research rank max is now 55 when we were that close to hitting the max for a moment. Pokemon level is also now 55. Max levels of certain main skills are up from 6 to 7, but this only applies to Charge Strength Small, Charge Strength Medium, and Dream Shard Magnet Small. The other main skills will be unlocked later. Maximum recipe level is now 55 as well, and the maximum expanded capacity of the bag's item pocket is 700 now instead of 600. So good stuff. We are slowly getting maximums increased, so very good. And then other details added to explanatory text for certain items such as the helper whistle and the good camp ticket. This is probably to go along with the other change of the calculations for using a helper whistle. I'm assuming that's what that's for, and other small bug fixes. So all good stuff. The game is continuing to improve, and it does seem like they are in it for the long haul. So I think Pokemon Sleep will be around for quite a while. But with the community reports, we did get 44 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 that doubled up. Sweet. So almost a cool 33%. Very nice. We did get a level up to go along with it. Very good. With a link cable as a reward. I appreciate it. Those will come in handy. And then before I forget, let's go ahead and check. We want to see edit team. All right, there's the stats right there next to Blastoise. You can see the berries that we collect, the ingredients that we bring in, And then sub skills that affect the team, energy recovery bonus for a total of 14%. Helping stats, frequency. Here we go. So frequency and main skills are listed for everybody. And those will be the numbers. These frequencies here are what will be used to calculate your results when using a helper whistle. So that's cool. Nice little addition. Good to be able to see it at a glance rather than having to go into each and every Pokemon. Good change. Speaking of each and every Pokemon, let's go ahead and collect. All right, starting off with one main skill trigger, 1,177 more strength just for nothing. Here we go, 2 for 2. No, not 2 for 2, but we're still going to get a ton of milk and cocoa. All right, we got some candy there. What about 2 for 3? 2 for 3 is pretty good. Some more honey. I really was hoping to get some oil out of there. Can we get 3 for 4? No. So far, 2 for 4. What about 3 for 5? Nope. So only 2 out of 5 triggers today, which is not too bad. Had to collect those ingredients again. It does happen. Not sure why, but I guess since it doesn't really destroy the game, they're not in a rush to fix that one, but that's okay. We will have enough for the explosion popcorn, which I also made last night for dinner. Wasn't able to make it for lunch, but at least we got it for dinner. And this thing is already at level 10, I think is what it ended up being. We aren't going to have enough corn to make it again, so we are going to have to figure something out if we want to continue making this. Might have to switch in Beware. It is funny, is 2,700, and then once everything is applied, then it jumps up to 13,165, which puts it now at level 13. Very, very good. That will definitely put us into Master 3. For sure. with no questions, and almost halfway to Master 4. One thing I did want to mention is somebody pointed out in Monday's episode, I forgot to set the berries in the team analysis. And that is correct, but even when I did go back and change the berries, it only put us to Master 6 for the prediction for the end of the week. But here it is Thursday, and we're already Master 3, so I'm thinking we may go beyond Master 6. We might hit Master 7, 8 if we're lucky. But we are going to have to figure something out if we're going to do that, because it's not going to happen if we're not able to make a consistent recipe. We did get Snorlax to Master 3, which is good for a Chikorita instance, which is good. We still could use a better one. We have a pretty decent one, but a better one would also be good, because ours is only just kind of decent. And then let's go back to the team and see what we want to do. Because at this point, the explosion popcorn is looking like it might be a really good call. We do need, let me just show you what I'm looking at. We do need to figure out what we're going to do for Sunday. We only have a few days left until Sunday gets here. I've been saving up ingredients for the flower gift macarons, which we don't have enough eggs for sure, but let's see. We almost have enough cocoa. Yeah, we're only a handful short of cocoa. About half of the milk we need, so I think if we were to switch to making the popcorn, Eevee alone wouldn't bring in enough milk. Toxicroak wouldn't bring in enough oil, I don't believe. I think he only brings in about 25 to 30 per day on average. And Beware only brings in about 28, if I remember correctly, corn a day. So We definitely need to get them on the team now if we're going to do it. The only problem is that kind of fills up our entire team because then we have Eevee, Blastoise, Toxicroak, and Beware on the team. So that's 4 out of the 5 slots filled. And if we want to make the flower gift macarons on Sunday, we need Delibird back on the team to bring in some eggs. But I suppose we could hold off and swap in Delibird on Saturday because we already have 50. We only need 25 more, and if we bring him in on Saturday, then over the course of Saturday and Sunday, we'll definitely get the amount of eggs we need for dinner. So that may be what we do. We may switch it up and try to go for the explosion popcorn, and if we really want to be cheeky, let's see. Yeah, really making the macarons is probably the best call. But theoretically, we could also attempt the tea time corn scones instead. It will be less, but it'll be a new recipe on Sunday. We just need to get some ginger in, which means we desperately need to put our Larvitar on the team, which we probably should do anyway, just to get him some XP for the next couple of days. We might do that. I think that's probably the best bet, just to get some XP on somebody who needs it. So if that's the case, let's just see what that team looks like. So if we're going to do this, we could, or should, swap out Venusaur for Beware, which is all the way down here at the bottom. Which actually, I don't know if this is accurate. It's kind of why I don't like the new setup of the Raynon calculator, where it always takes your meals into consideration. I would like the option to turn that off, because I just want to know the neutral PR of the Pokemon, not how do they rate when looking at making a certain meal. I don't care about that. I just want to know they're neutral. Hey, how good are they just in general, not when applied to a specific recipe. But minor nitpick aside, that really hurt this Beware. It was at 79% before that change, and now it's at 63. So I definitely think this is better than 63, considering it's got both ingredient finder skills. But that's a nitpick. Let's go ahead and move on. So we want Beware on the team for the corn. We've got Toxicroak for the oil. Eevee and Blastoise needs to stay on the team for the milk, which leaves us only able to swap out the Raichu, which means we do give up our berry gathering potential, and we are just going pure grab the ingredients at this point, which, there he is. Larvitar, level 19. What's level 25? Inventory up M? It might be worth it to push him to level 25 pretty quickly, just to get that inventory up M, because his carry limit's only 9, so he fills up really quickly. Yeah, I think that's a good call. We should probably do that. So this team right now will hopefully... Oh, we don't have Raichu on the team. We might need to get Raichu back on the team unless we get some luck with the ingredient magnets on pulling in some apples for the tea time corn scones. But we desperately need ginger more than anything else. Toxicroak is only on the team to give us the oil for the popcorn. But let's go ahead and get this guy to level 25 if we can. Oh, no. Oh, it took almost all of our candies. What does it take to evolve him? Level 23 and 40 candies? You know what? We may do something really silly. Yeah, I think we do something really silly. What sub skills do we have? We do have some good sub skills here. Yeah, I think this is worth it. I think it'll be worth it to go ahead and put him at level 25. Which leaves us with not many candies left. Only 8. But we did unlock inventory up M, and with 8 candies left, that also means that we only need to use 8 handy candies. Nope, I lied. We need to use 3 more. I did the wrong thing. I am silly. Luckily, didn't use too many. Now I need to use 4 handy candies. My brain just shut off there for a minute. Whoops. Oh well. That's 40, and we can evolve him. So, looking pretty good. What? It's evolving? This will hopefully help ensure that we have plenty of ginger. Nice. 91% Pupitar. All right, so that puts our frequency down to 51, and our carry limit is now 30. So we should have plenty of room to carry plenty of ginger, hopefully. And that is a pretty good place to leave him. What is it, level 41 to evolve it to Tyranitar? So we got a long way to go for that, and 100 Larvitar candy. But we're in a really good spot. The only downside is this doesn't have the best ingredient spread, but it will be good for ginger in the long term. Probably won't ever get this one to a Tyranitar in my suspicion, just because we'll probably find something better with a better ingredient spread and better sub skills and nature. But for now, I forgot to hit the right button. For now, this is a pretty solid team to bring in what we need. Again, trying to make the explosion popcorn as often as possible. So we got Milk, Blastoise, and Eevee on the team for that. Oil, we've got Toxicroak on the team. If need be, I can swap Eevee out for a day and throw in Spheal to get a little bit more oil. It's not the best. Or no, we do have another a Krogunk that we could throw on the team for some oil. Just to kind of supplement it if we need to. Beware is unfortunately the only corn gatherer that we have that's gonna be any kind of helpful. Pupitar now for the ginger, for the tea time corn scones on Sunday. We do have quite a bit of apples. We can swap Raichu in if need be to grab a few more on Saturday. And other than that, I think we are pretty much set for the rest of the week. So I think we're in a good place. We'll just kind of have to see how things go. But that said, that is what device is currently offline. A day of glitches, apparently, whatever. That is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 5 here on Greengrass Isle, and we are enjoying a nice, chilled out week. Let's see, we are looking at this screen, which we normally don't do because I'm trying once again to see if I can solve that whole dark screen issue. If it's just me, don't worry about it. We'll just figure it out. Let's see. Did it solve the issue? It does seem to have not caused the dark screen to come up this time. But we are going to get 1,752 sneaky snacking from our largely ingredient focused team. 5 apples are going to be very nice to have to help out with the Lovely Kiss smoothies that we are going to be making periodically throughout the week because we can't make the explosion popcorn every meal. We're also going to grab 100 sleep points, which puts us at 1,809. Now you may be wondering, well, what happened to your sleep points? You had over 5,000. I bought that Master Biscuit. I forgot to mention it in yesterday's video, but I did throw a little bit of text in there. Hopefully you guys saw it and bought your Master Biscuit before the shop rolled over. And that means that now when we go into the shop to grab our daily lottery, or not this shop, never mind, it won't be here because it's in the other one. But our daily lottery is a Dream Cluster Small. Okay, we will save that for when we do have a double Dream Shard event, but the Master Biscuit is now restocked. We can buy another one, and also our Easy Travel tickets are also restocked. I was debating whether or not I wanted to buy this one because we do already have 5 of them. But I know my luck, I'll end up needing a 6th one just to get the exact berry spread that I want. So I might as well buy another one. It's only 100 sleep points. It's 1 night's worth of sleep. It'll be all right. And then, of course, by the end of the month, with a good sleep day that we'll have later on this month, I will definitely have the 4,000 points to buy that Master Biscuit again. No worries. You should be able to buy your Master Biscuit every month, provided you're not spending too many sleep points on other things, just with the 2,000 we get with good sleep day and getting good sleep scores. Should easily be able to buy a Master Biscuit once a month. I probably should have been doing that a long time ago and had a healthy supply of Master Biscuits, but you know, I'm kind of the worst, so we're just going to jump into the sleep report and hopefully it's better. This is going to be session 216 for the final sleep report of February and the last sleep report for a February 29th that we will see for 4 years. We got 9 hours and 8 minutes of sleep, which is good for a score of 100. And let's see, we got 19% dozing, 52% snoozing, and 29% slumbering. I definitely did not sleep very well last night, which is weird because I kind of felt pretty well rested, but that is good for a dozing type. So we'll get a little bit of different spawns today. Let's see, we got, I think it was 24 million yesterday, so maybe, you know, it'd be nice if we could break like 50 million, but looks like we're going to have to settle for a lot less than that. I realistically thought we were going to get closer to 40, but only 31.3 million. That is a full spawn board either way. So we've got good chances of seeing some interesting stuff, like in a top belly Houndour. Not new though. I thought that was going to be a new one. But I feel like I haven't seen Houndour in so long that pretty much any of them probably would have felt new. Ooh, there was something interesting there. Okay. So we have a Swalot, a Caterpie, a Krogunk, an Absol, which is the interesting one, a Gulpin, Houndour, another Swalot, and a Weeping Bell. I definitely think I know what we're trying for today, and hopefully it's hungry. Let's see what we got. Let's see if anybody shows up hungry. Ooh, that's not the one. Okay, so only the Swalot is hungry, and that is not the one we wanted to be hungry. This beauty right here is what we wanted to be hungry, and unfortunately it wasn't, but we're gonna try. We're gonna see what we can do. If nothing else, we're gonna make some progress on this. Ooh, critical capture would have been real clutch right there. Let's see. We'll give it a couple biscuits just to see what happens. A solid Absol, I think, is worth investing a few biscuits in. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Give me at least a big hit. Just give me something. Give me something nice. And I'm going to be able to feed this thing one more biscuit. No, it is full. Well, we made a little bit of progress at least. Kind of cool to see it. I think that's only the 3rd time I've seen it, because I think the first one I caught, it took me two visits to actually catch it. So not bad that we actually got to see it, especially this early. It's only Friday, so we do have 3 more sleep reports. Maybe we'll see another one. And really, out of everything else, there is nothing much that we need or want that's pressing. The Houndour, we could use a better one, but I don't want to spend regular biscuits on it just yet. I'd rather spend some free resources on one. So we're not going to take anything home today. We're just going to go ahead and move on. It is unfortunate, but hey, at least we got a chance to at least get some progress on an Absol. So maybe we could take it home next time we see it. Also, typically Absol show up as a sign of a bad omen, and I'm hoping that this time it's the other way around and that our bad luck has been what the Absol was here to warn us about, but it just showed up a little late. So maybe our good luck is turning around. We'll see. We did get 1,459 research XP and 2,601 dream shards. So not a bad little research, even though we didn't get to take anything home. Not bad at all. All right, now let's jump into the main menu. We do have new news. Oh, okay. So the new news is just the sleep report. just out of curiosity, the average sleep duration of all the researchers was an extra 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Our average is going down, guys. We're normally, even Sunday was +0. Normally we're around that +8, +9 minutes, but yeah, our average is going down, or we're falling back into old sleep habits. But that is to be expected with everybody kind of understanding how the game works a little bit better now. But all right. We've got 45 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 that doubled up. That might be a record. That might be the most doubled candy we've had so far. Well above the 30% mark, probably closer to that maybe 38, 40%, somewhere around there. So very, very good. We've gotten really good luck the last couple of days with our double candy, actually. Not too bad. So far, this day's going pretty well. Could be better, but it certainly could be a lot worse. We are going to get some free pupitar or larvitar candy, which is good. We need those. And you would think this thing would produce more ginger. I've actually been kind of disappointed with the amount of ginger it has brought in just over the last 24 hours. But at least we're going to get a main skill trigger from Beware. Not the best one, just some free strength for Snorlax, which definitely will add up. Beware has been bringing in consistently good amounts of corn, and you've been kind of slacking on oil a little bit. That should have been closer to 15. But we are going to get a main skill trigger where it counts. Only 2 out of 5. But this is the one that we for sure want. The 17 free ingredients. Always a good thing for that Blastoise to trigger. Those berries should be enough. Almost certainly. I'd be very surprised if we don't get to Master 5 just on those berries. But let's go ahead and get into breakfast. And let's see if we have enough for the popcorn. We do. That's good. All right, so explosion popcorn. Let's throw in, what can we spare? We can definitely spare sausage. We don't need that. We want to hold on to the honey. We want to hold on to the ginger. We can spare the soybeans. No worries there. I actually think we have more than enough cocoa, so we could probably, yeah, let's toss in a few extra cocoa. And that should do it. With any luck, we'll get extra tasty. Since this day's going pretty good so far, maybe? No extra tasty, but it is still good for 13,894, which will put us at level 15 on the popcorn. Very good. Very, very good. We are making progress slowly but steadily on this popcorn. And level 15 still doesn't quite put it in line with the Lovely Kiss smoothie, but it is only just about 500 points off. So looking pretty good. That is definitely going to put us to Master 5, almost halfway to 6. And we've still got all day today, or the rest of the day today, all day tomorrow, and Sunday to go. And the calculator predicted we were going to hit Master 6. So I definitely think we're going to do better than Master 6 this week. Master 8 is actually looking more likely than what I suspected yesterday. So let's see. Ooh, Beware, you got more corn? Nope, just another berry. All right. Nothing else to collect from them. We did complete a mission. Let's check those out. I don't think I've checked in with those really this week other than just collecting them. Did get 3 handy candies for giving Snorlax his favorite berries. Need to go to bed one more time, on time one more time, to get the 15 diamonds. It's really the only one I'm super concerned about. We'll almost certainly get the 17 cooks. I don't see why we wouldn't, unless things just go terribly wrong and I am incapacitated for some reason. But other than that, it should be pretty good. Yeah, today, very short episode compared to the last couple of days. We have had a very heavy news-filled week with a lot of exciting stuff. One thing that I did want to mention that was pointed out in the comments is that since we know Entei and Suicune are coming right behind Raikou, it's a good idea to go ahead and try to catch a good and start preparing a good water and fire team for when those two come around, just in case we have a similar bonus for the same types. I'm assuming that we're going to get probably a fire and water week, just like electric week, but until it's announced, we won't know for sure. So we may still have the opportunity to catch them, but it never hurts to try to find some now while we have some time, because the more you can catch, the more chances you have of finding a really good one. But other than that little bit of preparation announcement, there was really nothing else going on today. Just kind of a chill day like we were expecting a chill week this week, and then we had all the news that kind of made everything all exciting. But that's good. That means that we could kind of focus on the news and didn't have to worry about focusing on news and the hunts that we were after and a bunch of other things. So kind of worked out, but we are doing well. Master 5, we're almost halfway to Master 6. Master 8, it's looking pretty likely. But yeah, going to be an interesting week. And that is all I have got for today. So make sure that you hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching the video. And until next time. Later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 6 here on Greengrass Isle for this chilled out week that we're having. We got a pretty interesting spawn yesterday. I'm sure most of you have seen already. We got Absol to spawn, which is very nice. Hopefully, it will show up again today so that we can actually take it home. That would be even better, but maybe we'll see something else more rare in the meantime. We are going to start off, though, with 5,214 sneaky snacking. Again, after the end of yesterday's episode, and after we grabbed this ingredient ticket small for going to bed on time, I did change the team up just slightly. We're going to switch up just for today, for a little bit, what recipe we're cooking, but we're also going to grab Master 7 first thing in the morning. So we are already beyond what the prediction was for this week with Master 6, and we still have the rest of today and all day tomorrow with the good cooking, extra tasty chance. So hopefully we'll get even beyond. I'm definitely thinking Master 8 is going to happen, and we're going to try to go even further beyond. But we do have a little bit of swap out. I did put Blastoise back on the team. We're going to focus. You know what? We'll get into that later. Let's go ahead and jump into our normal stuff. I'm getting out of order here. We're going to grab our 100 sleep points, which puts us at 1,809. And we are also going to grab our daily lottery. And that will be... Ooh, a Poke Biscuit. Very nice. We could use those. And then we can jump straight into this sleep report and see what rare goodies we find. Hopefully, some stuff that we could actually use. Sessions 217. 9 hours and 20 minutes of sleep, which gives us 15% dozing, 49% snoozing, and 36% slumbering. That's good for the dozing type, which I believe is what we got yesterday when we saw the Absol. Can we break that 50 million now that we're above Master 7? It doesn't look like it. Not even breaking 40 million yet. 38.8 million. Which, yeah, that's going to get into something we're going to talk about a little bit later after we get our normal stuff out of the way. So make sure to stick around for that because it does concern the events coming up. We got all 1-star sleep styles and one atop belly. Ooh, it's a big atop belly though, a Banette. Very nice. What else did we get? Was that 6 or 7? That was 7, so Banette is the only new one, but hey, we need a new one. So we got a Caterpie, a Mankey, a Ghastly, a Gulpin, a Bellsprout, another Gulpin, and another Caterpie. It looks like Banette took all of our drowsy points to spawn that one. All right, so a top belly sleep. That's a lot of dream shards too. And research XP. I don't know why I just singled out the dream shards. Both of them are quite good. Only the second sleep style for Banette that we have found. We have not found as many unique sleep styles this week as I was kind of hoping we would, just with all the potential spawns here, but it hasn't been too bad. And then with these spawns here, a lot of them are really not super desirable. Honestly, the Bonnet is possibly the most desirable one, just because it's a berry specialist ghost type and we don't have that yet. We have put a little bit of effort into it, but I don't know, honestly. I think we're just going to take the Caterpie, because while we do have the shiny Butterfree and it is a berry specialist and it's pretty decent, it's really... Well, of course, we got a critical capture. I should have fed the Bonnet. Oh, well. Oh, well. We got the Caterpie. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up there. We'll take the research XP and the candies and the dream shards from finding the Bonnet, but we're not going to worry about trying to catch it and use those resources. We'll have plenty of time to get something better, but we will send out the Shuppet candy just to help people build up their Shuppets and Bonnets. And we are going to get 2,079 research XP and 4,345 dream shards. That XP puts us just shy of halfway to level 50. And we can check in on this Caterpie, level 12 and relaxed, berry specialist. I don't recall if relaxed is good for berries. Let's see. Ingredient magnet, which is pretty decent with a berry specialist. Skill trigger S, not too bad given the main skill it has. Helping speed S, very good. Research XP bonus is okay. Dream shard bonus also okay. And skill trigger M is fairly okay. It's kind of redundant, but relaxed. Energy recovery up and XP gains down. Ooh, that one. Where is it? I'm just looking right over it. There it is. Okay. So let's see how this works out. Probably not too great. Honestly, right around as good as the shiny so far. The average may even be right about the same. If I remember correctly, it was like 48 or 49% for the shiny. Oh, I just noticed something. Hold on, hold the phone. The graph goes beyond level 60 now. So, okay. Did the calculation crash because it got beyond level 60? What are we looking at now? It's also giving us a breakdown at level 55, which is the current max level that Pokemon can reach. So that's new too. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's not giving us our weighted average right now. It looks like the calculation has broken once it reached level 60 and tried to go beyond. But we can at least see up to level 60 that it's, about what we thought, about the same as our Butterfree. It's not as good as we would like it to be, but now I'm curious. Let's go ahead and we're pretty much going to send this one to the professor. I don't think there's really a point to keeping this one without berry finding. So we'll send that one to the professor, but let's go ahead and load in our Butterfree and see what happens with the levels beyond 60. So maybe they're working on getting the calculation model to work beyond level 60 and they haven't finished yet. So it crashes beyond level 60 and we don't get the weighted average. This Butterfree looks about the same. Starts off slightly better around level 10, but then drops down to around that 45 to 55 range, just like the Caterpie we just caught. Again, will not complete the calculation model, it looks like. And also the averages for beyond level 60 are here. So we can change those now too. Very nice. I did see the notification that they were changing things, but they didn't go into detail about what they were changing. Actually, this is me going to take the opportunity. They did say if we run into any issues to let them know. So if you run into any issues using the site, because I don't use every feature of the site. I know you guys use features that I don't necessarily use and vice versa. So if you run into any issues, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'll pass that on to the development team and hopefully they can get those sorted out pretty quickly. But good to know that they're working on it at least. We can finally, hopefully soon, see beyond level 60. But since this isn't working fully yet, we know that the Caterpie is not super great. We'll just go ahead and move on and we can get into our normal routine and get some breakfast up and running. If the game doesn't also crash. Okay, good. It didn't crash. So we have 156 sneaky snacking. Looks like we have more. Oh no, it's just a medal. I thought it was more news. But say, man, this whole week is full of news. But no, it's a medal. What did we get? 100 times that we have woken up within 30 minutes of the time we woke up the previous day. Good for 10 diamonds. And you know me, we love free diamonds around here. And let's check out what you guys have been up to. Community reports, probably 43. Ooh, 45. Very nice. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 that doubled up. There we go. Any levels? No levels, but we almost got 30%. So very nice on the double candy. Well done. Well done, RNG dice rolling and giving me all those candies. All right. Let's grab our resources. That is very good. It's good to start the day off with that. That usually means a good day for any Pokemon that can charge their own energy first thing in the morning. Oh, whoa, chill out, game. Eevee, another ingredient magnet. Perfect. Apples, which we are going to need to stock up on before tomorrow. Which is another reason Raichu is on the team currently. Ooh, no ingredient magnet from Blastoise. And unfortunately, more cocoa than I needed. I really wanted that milk. But more apples. Looks like 2 out of 5 main skill triggers, which is about in keeping with what we usually have been getting these last few days. Other than that one day where we had really good luck. But what I was talking about earlier with breakfast, I am going to switch back for today, making the sweet scent chocolate cake for one reason in particular. I want to make the explosion popcorn as much as possible, but with the recipe that we're going to be making tomorrow, we're going to need a ton of corn. And if I'm making the popcorn, we're going to be fighting Beware just to get the amount of popcorn that we need. Or not popcorn, corn that we need. Right now, we have a decent amount. And I may make the explosion popcorn for dinner, depending on where we end the night. I do like to have at least 2 meals worth of ingredients stocked up going into Sunday. So if I can have 3, then I feel comfortable enough to make the popcorn again tonight. That come tomorrow when we're making the new recipe, we'll have plenty because Beware will get enough for that final dinner by the end of the day tomorrow. So that's why we're switching back to the sweet scent chocolate cake for now. And then if we can get the ingredients built up, then I will switch back to either the Lovely Kiss smoothie if we have enough on hand, or put Toxicroak back on the team and try to get the popcorn going. But let's go ahead and get this sweet scent chocolate cake with all its delicious potatoy flavor. What else can we throw in here? Honestly, we could throw in a bunch of eggs, but we also, I think, could throw in some of this cocoa, because we don't need the cocoa for tomorrow's recipe. And we're definitely going to get plenty of it from Blastoise. So no worries there. Plus, cocoa is a good filler ingredient. Has quite a bit of extra strength to it. And this should be about 15, ooh, even higher, 16,267. Almost enough to put it to level 44. Which I believe that the sweet scent chocolate cake is our highest level recipe across all recipe types. Maybe. It's between that one or I think we have a curry one that's pretty close as well. Just out of curiosity. No, we don't. Oh yeah, the solar power tomato curry, level 40. So the chocolate cake is our highest. And that's not going to put us into Master 8, but it does get us about 3/4 of the way there. So definitely going to be there by the end of the day. And yeah, Yeah, nothing else from anybody. Oop. Well, I needed to check here anyway. Didn't mean to go here just yet, but we needed to be here. I wanted to check on the Eevee. We have 47 hours, and I think we need, what is it, 150 for Sylveon? Yeah, 150. So we still got like 2 more weeks before we can get there. And then there's not really any investments that we want to put into the team just yet. Somebody recommended getting Beware up to level 30. Unfortunately, this Beware has Sausage at level 30, so that would actually hinder us for the corn. I like this spread more for the long term, but in the short term and the more immediate uses, it's not the best. We probably need another Beware that's double corn just to get us through into the later game. So that unfortunately won't do us any good just yet. However, we can collect our mission, and then we can get into what I wanted to let you guys know about. Ooh, 15 diamonds for going to bed on time. Very nice. Look at us being responsible. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, the one thing I wanted to talk about, you can, speaking of changes to the Raynon site from earlier, you can go to the Pokédex, and Dedenne is now on the site. It's not complete. Also, somebody pointed out that you can just click this Pokeball to get to the Pokemon info. I thought this was telling the game that you had captured it for tracking purposes, but apparently not. You click on the Pokeball, takes you straight to the Pokemon info page that I was talking about a few days ago. Again, the information here is not complete. We do know that it is going to be a snoozing, sleep type, and a skill specialist. You can see the actual skill is not plugged in yet. The ingredient rates aren't here yet. Skill trigger rates not here yet. I don't know if these are just placeholders or if these have been figured out through data mining, but there are some numbers here. Again, don't take them as, pure 100% fact. They may just be placeholders. But if we scroll down, these are also placeholders. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be triple Slowpoke tails. But if we scroll down, we can see something that we do know. I think we know this with pretty much, pretty close to 100% certainty that these are going to be the stats that we need to look at. So we do know for a fact that it is going to be only on green grass and lapis. What we also know now, based on these numbers, is that it's going to be probably pretty rare. So you can see that the first one on Greengrass Isle, it doesn't show up until Ultra 2. So we've got a long way to go before we even get it to spawn there. You can get it to spawn faster. Well, not really faster, but at a lower rank on Lapis Lakeside. But keep in mind, it does take more strength to get to that same rank. So it's probably a pretty equivalent strength between Grade 1 at Lapis and Greengrass Ultra 2. You can also see the drowsy power requirement for just the 1-star Dedenne is 7,144,000. And real quick, what the drowsy power requirement is, whenever you get your drowsy power score for your sleep report, like today we had 38 million, 38.8 or something like that. Basically what the game does is it takes that number, and then for each spawn, it subtracts their drowsy power requirement for them to spawn. So if Dedenne had showed up today, for example, it would take my 38 million, subtract the 7 million from it, and we would have 31 million left for other spawns. And basically the game just takes that number and spawns in Pokemon and subtracts that requirement until you get to 0. And if you have anything left over, then you just get whatever you got. But the lower the number gets, the closer to 1-star spawns you get. So that may be why today, for example, let's just pull up Banette as a real world example. We had 38.8 million. We got the 4-star Banette. So that cost us 38.3 million. So we only had 500,000 roughly drowsy power left over, which is why we only got the 4-star Banette and a bunch of very low 1-stars like Caterpie and Bellsprout and Ghastly. That's why that worked out the way it did, just to show a real world example so that you can see it and then see how it works. But basically, that is the gist of how drowsy power requirement works. I probably have oversimplified it, but as far as my understanding goes, that's how it works. So you can see that if we want to even have a chance of a 2-star showing up, it's going to cost a lot of drowsy power, which means probably not going to see too many multiple Dedenne spawns. Probably only ever going to see one at a time, especially if you get the 2 or the 4-star sleep. So we're really going to have to try to power up and get a very high score on Snorlax. My recommendation, unless you just have a very solid team for Lapis Lakeside, is that if you're going after a Dedenne, and I highly recommend everybody does just based on its main skill, probably want to go to Greengrass. I think that's what we're going to do because we have a solid team. We can get to Master 1 on Lapis, but it's just so much more complicated. And Master 3 is pretty easy for us on Greengrass. So that's probably what I'm going to do unless something changes. But also Greengrass is where a lot of the other electric types spawn for Electric Week. Just wanted to point this out to you guys. Again, I think most of this information is concrete. I don't think there's any question about these being correct. They may be just slightly off, but for the most part, I think these numbers are correct. These numbers here may or may not be. Again, they may be placeholders, but just keep this in mind whenever you're moving forward and planning what you're going to do whenever it comes time to hunt Dedenne. But like I said, just wanted to point that out, let you guys be aware so that you can make an informed decision and do what is going to be best for you. And with that, that is all I've got for today. So make sure to hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching the video. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 7 here on Greengrass Isle, and we have a doozy of a day hopefully ahead of us. We've got 14,888 sneaky snacking. I did throw Raticate back on the team last night. We're kind of set for today, so I figured why not get a little bit of extra berry bump in there. So we threw Raticate back on the team just for that, and it did work out pretty well. He grabbed just shy of 10,000 sneaky snacking. We're also going to grab 5 diamonds from going to bed on time, and we're going to grab 100 sleep points from staying asleep as long as we were supposed to. I actually overslept a little bit today. I was pretty tired after yesterday. Had quite a full day, so needed to sleep a little bit extra to catch up. But speaking of catch up, let's go ahead and grab our daily lottery gift. 20 more diamonds. Very nice. I can definitely appreciate those. And before we get too deep into things, I did want to touch base on one of the topics I brought up yesterday, specifically with Dedenne and its spawn locations. It does spawn at Greengrass Isle and Lapis Lakeside, and some of you in the comments pointed out something that I should have mentioned yesterday but didn't quite think of. Going to Greengrass will make it easier to get to where you can see Dedenne spawn, but since there are so many potential spawns on Greengrass, it does water down the spawn pool. On Lapis, the spawn pool is not as wide, and so you can have a better chance of seeing Dedenne in terms of just not having other Pokemon to compete with its spawns. But you do need to have a solid team together just to get a high enough drowsy power score to really get as many possible chances to see Dedenne spawn. So it's kind of a balancing act. If you have a team that's very good at Lapis and you feel pretty confident in getting close to Master, because it does take, if I remember correctly, it was like 7,100,000 drowsy power if a Dedenne spawns. So if you can get a high enough score to where you have, 40, 50 million, you've got a decent number of chances for Dedenne to take one of those spots. And the spawn pool is, like I said, not as wide in Lapis. So if you can do that, it may be more beneficial to you to go to Lapis. I would highly advise go into the team analysis, plug in the team that you plan to use for Lapis, and see how well you can do there, and just kind of get a feel for it. Ultimately, you're going to need to make the decision for yourself. You know what you can do with your team and how accurate that team analysis is to what you get out of it. So make sure that you really kind of look at it and see which is going to be better for you, to go to Greengrass for Dedenne or to go to Lapis for Dedenne. Just wanted to touch base on that again, like I said, because some people pointed it out in the comments and they are exactly right. It was just something that I didn't think of yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys as much information as possible to make the most informed decision that you can. But that said, let's go ahead and jump in and get our sleep report done. We do have a pretty strong one. We're at, I think I hit Master 8 last night, if I remember correctly, or 9. I don't know. I don't remember. Session 218, 9 hours and 46 minutes of sleep. I was a sleepy boy. 13% dozing, 63% snoozing, and 24% slumbering, which the snoozing is going to be very nice. Snoozing type sleep, of course, because we do still need a much better Charmander and Cyndaquil. We should be able to break, it'd be nice to go over 50, but I don't think we're going to. No, 46.8 million. Interesting. I thought we were going to be closer to 48, but a lot of 2-star sleeps. And in a top belly? That's pretty good. Let's see what we get. A top belly Rattata and Eradicate. Okay. Season of the Rats, apparently. Let's see what all these others are. Ooh, I did see one that we need. That was a lot of very fast pictures, so nothing new. We got a Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Growlithe, Dugtrio, Raticate, Rattata, Persian, and a Cyndaquil. Very nice. The Cyndaquil is definitely going to be what we're after today. With any luck, it'll be hungry. Because we do desperately need a better one. Ooh, the Dugtrio's hungry. We have 2 very good Dugtrios already. That is unfortunate. It's only the Dugtrio. Growlithe, just for the candies would be nice to catch, but other than that, not really super worried about it. I do think that with how things are playing out with Raikou and electric types boosting something to do with Raikou, having our Growlithe that is 99% skills is going to be very good to build up, so we probably need to invest in him soon. I missed the button. But first, we're going to try to catch this Cyndaquil. 1, because we need it. 2, because it's super adorable. It's always been one of the cutest Pokemon to me. I think it's the eyes. Just the way it's got just the little curved eyes. It's always just happy. Looks happy anyway. I love Cyndaquil. One of the ones that if I could have in real life. One of the ones that I could have in real life, I would definitely have, but I can't even have it in the game. Okay, fine, whatever. There's nothing else that we really need. So we're just gonna wrap it up there, and at the very least, we'll be able to take it home next time we see it. Out of all of this, honestly, yeah, the Jigglypuff candy, no. Diglett candy would probably be pretty good for people. Try to help unlock some of the leaks. We'll send out some Diglett candy. I'm sure everyone else is getting plenty of Jigglypuff candy from all their other friends. Hopefully. We did get 2,065 research XP and 4,244 dream shards. Very nice. All right, well, now that we've got that done, let's see. No new news. And then what have you guys been up to? 44 reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 that doubled up out of 44. Very good. Little over that 25% mark, and I am not going to complain about that, but we did get 1 level up. That is good for a link cable. Very, very nice. And then that puts us straight into breakfast. We really, not a whole lot going on today. It's kind of been very chill ever since all the news early in the week. We're going to grab these because we do need some more apples. And then we need all of that corn. And we need milk. Milk is actually the one thing that may mess us up in the long run. We do need quite a bit of it. I think that was enough for 2 meals. We should for sure have enough for 1 meal, maybe enough for 2. But let's see if I can remember exactly what goes where. So it's 20, 20, 18, 9. Ooh, there it is. Plus 20%. Oh, I thought it was 30% on Sundays, but only plus 20. A dish is 20% more likely to be extra tasty. Very nice. Okay. So I know it's 20 apples. Boom. And then, is it 20 ginger? Think so. And I think it's 18 corn and 9 milk. Oh. One more. And then 9 milk. Oh, we're one shy. No, we're not even one shy. We have everything we need, right? Preview. Let's take this away. Should be, yeah, Ember Ginger Tea, but if we add the milk, it's something new. All right, and then now, just because we, no. Yes, I want to save the eggs. I was going to use the eggs, but I kind of want to save those in case we need them next week, because that's a lot of eggs and we don't want to waste them right now. Let's see. We do have some extra ginger we could use, but maybe we hold those for now. You know what? Because I have a bunch of them now, let's just throw in a few. We'll throw in 12 of them. That still leaves us with 50 slowpoke tails. Gives a nice little boost to the meal. Why not? Not extra tasty, unfortunately. That would have been fantastic. 7,375. After the bonus, it's 27,450. Very nice. So that puts our tea time corn scones just, let's see, probably level 13, maybe? Ooh, only level 11. I say only. It's not bad for a first-time cook. That's pretty good. And at level 11, that does make it the second best dessert that we can make so far. But that is also going to be very nice for our Sunday to start it off. That's going to put us... I didn't even look at the bar today, honestly. That might put us at Master 10. No, not quite. Not quite. But that does put us about 4/5 of the way there. So definitely going to hit Master 10 today. And then we can jump into our notes. And 47 out of 57 dishes done. 20 diamonds for making the tea time corn scones, and that is all. We are officially done for now with all of the desserts. Nothing new that we can make there. So until they add more desserts, no more free diamonds from them. But that is fine with me. We got a bunch of free diamonds out of it. Definitely worthwhile. We cooked 17 times. Actually did that yesterday for lunch, I think. That's good for 1,160 dream shards. Definitely not going to hit the other one with the way this week has been going. So not even concerned about that. Yeah, everything else is pretty well done. Nothing really to worry about. The only thing that I may just be cheeky about is, since we do have everything we need for all of these other meals, just for the fun of it and just to see how it goes, I may swap out for more berry specialists and just let them rack up berries. But I don't know. I may actually instead, we may just leave the team where it's at, stock up on some more corn and cocoa. And once we hit Master 10, well, maybe even before, I might swap out the Eradicate and get another ingredient farmer in here just to have a good supply of ingredients. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. That's actually not a bad idea. I forgot to send this to the professor. So let's see. Let's go ahead and sort by RP and highest first. You know what? Let's go ahead and get Gengar on the team. He'll bring in a decent amount of berries too, but hopefully we can get some herbs and mushrooms stocked up for next week, hopefully. So let's do that and we'll see how things go. It's gonna be interesting. 7,575 for the RP on this team. Pretty good. Well, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We do have a healthy supply of other ingredients. I may swap out Venusaur on the team, or swap in Venusaur on the team as well later on today, just to stock up a little more honey and stuff, and tomatoes. That might be a good call as well. But for now, we're just going to leave it like that. Looking pretty good. Master 10 is guaranteed, all but guaranteed, unless I just stop playing the game. And even then, I think my sneaky snacking would put us at Master 10. And then Master 11, we only need 80,000 more, which is definitely possible with these meals. So yeah, we might be looking at a Master 11 sleep research. Master 12, unless things go absolutely perfectly, I still don't think we could get to Master 12, but Master 10 for sure, possibly Master 11 research. And we currently are, what's our record? I think it is Master 11. Yeah, current record is Master 11, 654,000. I don't know if we could beat that, but I kind of want to try just for the fun of it. You know, it's a chill week. Kind of want to see if we can do that. But that said, that is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes.